Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. More live Pokemon gameplay action from the Clifton Road Games Cup, which happened on the where are we now? I don't know. It happened earlier. I think late last month, maybe the 27th of last month. Anyway, so yeah, once again I did fail to get the name of the competitors because well, it is what it is, eh? We're just going to focus on the gameplay here. This is top 4 now. We've already seen top 8. We've got a few players from Bath. You can see the Bath playmat there, and just spotted a monkey door. I believe it's going to be the Moon the Dunsparce versus Gardevoir. So heavily favoured into the Moon deck. Obviously got that weakness. Hard for Gardevoir to keep up with that constant attack. You can very easily just sort of stick with single prizes. Or you can just blow up the Gardevoir with the Roaring Moon EX as well, which is nice. Discarding the stadium, doing 440 damage. Or is it heavily? No, it is. It is heavily favoured. I'm just thinking about it now because it used to be that the old Roaring Moon was atrocious into Gardevoir, but I do feel like this newer Moon is a lot better into Gardevoir. Yeah, I think the newest iteration of just Gardevoir in general just doesn't have the same sort of smash that made it so effective into Old Moon. It's gonna be skipping ahead here. Let's get the game going, shall we, guys? All right. Oh, here we go. Okay, so turn 1 is going to Roaring Moon, opening the Moon EX and slapping that Ancient Boost Energy Capsule on to the Moon, giving it 290 HP. I'm going to go straight in with the Nest Ball. Good opportunity here for our player from Bath to check what is in his prize cards. No doubt going to be counting up these ancient cards, ancient Pokemon. I'm going to lead with the Radiant Greninja. Here comes the Earthen Vessel, Earthen Vessel discarding Artisan. Going to get a couple of Dark out of the deck, no doubt, and start discarding with the Radiant Greninja. Let's get the end of the get the engine flowing, as it were. Nice, simple, low to the ground deck. This, not too many moving parts. Just needs to get Ancients into the discard pile as quickly as possible, so that you can ramp up the damage with that baby Roaring Moon, which we just spot there. There's one. There's two. All right. I think there's 2 to 3 moons at least in the deck. Taking a sweet time shuffling. Okay. Still going. Yep. And another one. Okay. And another one. Yep. Fine. Yep. Still. Yep. Okay. Fine. So there, 2 Darkness Energy hit the hand. And it's probably going to be, yep, Radiant Greninja. Just draws 2. Do you want to cut, mate? Nope, no point. I've been shuffling for 3 hours already. I can see some dark patches in hand, which is nice, but unfortunately at the moment this Roaring Moon is kind of stuck in the active. No doubt there are some switch cards available in the deck, and after all that shuffling, we're going to go straight back in. 2 Darkness Energy now hit the discard pile. Earthen Vessel number 2. We've got a few Ancients in the discard pile now as well, namely 2 Earthen Vessels. I think that might be it, actually. So Baby Moon is currently hitting for 90. And tune back in another couple hours when we're done shuffling up once again. See, this is like I quite like to riffle shuffle, but this is one of the I think like no shade on this player. All right, this is highlighting 2 issues with the riffle shuffle. It takes ages, and number 2, if you look at the top card of his deck on his left hand, it hasn't actually changed. So we saw maybe 4, 5, 6 riffle shuffles, and the top card of the deck hasn't changed. Now I don't believe that's malicious. That's just a problem that you often see with riffle shuffling. So definitely something to worth looking out for. Now we're finally going to be going over to Gardevoir. That was turn 1 going first. And it's going to be Buddy popping to lead. We have seen the Ace spec there in deck as well, which is nice. I think it was the unfair stamp. We're just counting up Kirlias and Roltzes at the moment. Of course, there is the unofficial rule, as in an unofficial breakage of the rule, in that in your first turn, in your initial deck search, you are allowed to spend 5 hours of your time looking through your deck to see what's prized. And of course, this player is going to take advantage of that unspoken, quote-unquote, unrule, if you like. First 2 Rolts is going to be hitting the bench, going to be hiding underneath those prize cards. And it's going to be Nest Ball. Okay, we're going to play Nest Ball and Artisan at the same time. Yeah, okay. So the players obviously lined up this play. Nest Ball and Artisan being played and used at the same time. And it's going to be Arven here. We're going to see TM Evolution. And of course, the Earthen Vessel discarding Manaphy. Yep. For 2. Oh, we're going to see 1 Psychic, 1 Dark, or 2 Psychic? 2 Psychic. 2 Psychic. And it looks like Monkey Dory is going to be using that TM Evolution. And we're going to see 2 Kirlia hit the play. Great turn 1 here for Gardevoir. That other Psychic Energy will need to go to hand, as you can't attach 2 energies in 1 turn. But while the player is shuffling up, we're going to see Sada here. 2 energy going into play. We're going to draw 3. So this Roaring Moon that was kind of stuck is now threatening the board, threatening that Monkey Dory, which is nice. Going to be counting up the ancient cards. Yep, so that's there. That gets discarded. That's right. And then that goes to hand. And while that's going on, are we seeing, is this Artisan being used? I believe so. Got Dunsparce hitting the board. So this is going to be the core of the engine now. Not striking one, was it? Is it draw and run? Something like that. The Dunsparce, draw 3 and shuffle the Dunsparce back into the deck and all cards attached. Pretty cool. Pretty cool, pretty fun. And shuffling up, job done. Still got those dark patches threatening the board. Threatening to power up the board, I should say. Roaring Moon, manual attach last turn. Sada this turn, manual attach once again. It's going to be a knockout. Are we discarding Artisan? No, looks like we might be leaving it. I don't know. I think there's definitely something to be said for taking the Artisan away from your opponent. Especially here now, because they're going to be able to open up maybe get the Drifblim going this turn. It's always possible. Drifblim will be able to knock out the Roaring Moon. Drifblim does a lot of damage. Artisan right off the tap. Oh, there it is. Oh, excuse me, Drifloon, excuse me. The little balloon guy. So balloon guy comes into play. Of course, got the balloon burst, 30 times the amount of damage counters on Drifloon. No doubt this deck is playing Bravery Charm, which would allow Drifloon to go up to as much as 100 damage on it, which means that well, it will be more than 2 energy, but Drifloon will be able to hit for 300 damage. Although, actually, to be fair, we got the Ancient Booster Capture in play. I think the chances of that happening this turn are extremely slim. Extremely slim, but not impossible, of course. There's the Bravery Charm. And there is Iono. So Iono is going to be super important here for the Gardevoir player, just in keeping control of the Roaring Moon's hand. Those Dunsparces will, and the Radiant Granger and the Sada together will allow the Roaring Moon deck, the Moon deck, to get up to huge hand sizes. So being able to Iono them often and limit the hand size at key points is going to be pivotal for winning this game. Doesn't look like he's drawn into a lot. That is the kind of twitchings of a player that has not got a lot in his hand. It's going to be a refinement. Ooh, there goes a darkness energy. You don't like to see that. I think what we would need to see here really is a Lost Vacuum from the Gardevoir. I don't think Gardevoirs tend to play Lost Vacuum. Earthen Vessel is going to discard the Buddy Buddy Poffin. Would have liked to have seen a Psychic Energy hit the discard, but we're going to see 2 now. And at least one of them, I think, is going to go for that Killia, for the Refinement. Makes sense. Here comes Refinement. Discard Psychic Energy, draw 2. Or discard any card from your hand, draw 2. We'll see where it's best to discard Psychic Energy. I don't think we're seeing a Guard of React just yet. How many? Oh, maybe we have. Is that the big Monkey Dory? Oh, okay, there's another Darkness Energy available, so this is nice. So we are going to be able to accumulate some extra damage here on the board. It needs to be 2 on the active, puts 4 damage counts on the active retreat. 3 of those go to Monkey Dory. Oh no, it's a manual attach. This is not the best. Is he eyeing up a boss? You can't boss, dude. You've already used... Oh no, that's a double supporter for turn. Oh, it's a counter catcher, excuse me. Excuse me, very, very much so. That is a counter catcher. So counter catcher up the Gardevoir, the Greninja, Radiant Greninja, excuse me, and we're going to be looking for the old boss stool, but in this case it is counter catcher stool. Extremely defensive play here from the Gardevoir player. Obviously, big whiffs all round. Can the Moon get out of this situation? All we really need is a basic energy, just attach retreat and then off you pop. I think there is. Yeah, okay, fine. There's basic energy available. Most of these decks tend to play about 9. I think we've got 3, maybe 1 or 2 in the discard pile, 4, 5. We're going to be running pretty low on energy quite soon. You can see 3, 4, 5, 6 there. I think there's 1 or 2 in discard, 7, 8. That might be all the energy available to this player currently on the field. Maybe, oh no, I think there's 1 more in that deck. I suppose there's a chance he could be playing 10. Let's see if that Darkness Energy moves from the bottom of the deck. It doesn't look like it has yet. Oh no, it has. Okay, cool. Got the Phantom top card, however. It's holding strong. I kind of disagree with that as well. I don't know if both players saw, or either player saw that was a counter catcher, but it got left at the bottom of the deck. I feel like that should have been shuffled more, but fine. We will move on. This is only a locals. Roaring Moon. And it's going to be concealed cards for 2. There it is. Dudunsparce finally hits the board. Is it Grasping Draw? I feel like it's Grasping Draw. Okay, we're going to see the Dark Patch to the young Mr. Moon. And the retreat has been called. Just got to work out with to whom. I quite like going into the Baby Moon here. It sort of saves your 2 prizer. There's no doubt that Baby Moon is doing enough damage to knock out this Killia. Knocking out Killia is always going to be good, even though there is another Rocks in play for maintaining the 3 Killia board, or a 2 Killia 1 Gardevoir board. Definitely better though to force, because we saw that the counter catcher. Yeah, we saw the counter catcher from the Gardevoir in the last turn, so we know that they're lower on Gust than they were before they did that, if that makes sense. So just a little bit of protection for this 290 HP Roaring Moon EX is a great idea. So currently in with the Explorer's Guidance, so look at the top 6 cards of your deck, choose 2 and discard the rest. So it's going to be a good way to ramp up the damage from the Vengeance Fletchling. Tempo Sinnoh there. Always ready for the Lugia. Dark Patch. Is that number 2 or number 3? Anyway, Dark Patch. It's going to power up another Moon. Counting up the Ancients, I think there's about 4 in there, maybe? 4 or 5? Either way, it is going to be a knockout. And we're looking at 4 to 6 currently. Promoting the Monkey Dory, interesting. See Achillea there prized. Or do I just see the Cresselia? I don't know. Don't know that Cresselia does an awful lot in this matchup. Does allow you to pump and dump damage counters. Yeah, so we're just going to be discarding that Cresselia straight off the bat. Looking for Gardevoir EX. I think we just found the Ultra Ball. Oh, we found the Gardevoir EX as well. Nice. Alright, so we're in the Gardevoir now. Much better position. Actually have something to work with, which is nice. Arzen is going to be... Oh. Arzen's going to be considered. There's so much energy in that discard pile. You are ready to go. Nice. Screamtail. Screamtail hitting the board here. Going to be able to snipe around this Roaring Moon. So that's one thing. Gardevoir has an option as a deck to be able to force up Pokemon on your opponent's bench that you don't want them to have up with things like Counter Catcher, and then snipe around it with Screamtail. Unfortunately, the Moon deck doesn't really have many of these bench liabilities. You see, the most optimal one is the Radiant Greninja, and it is only a 1 energy retreat. However, we've seen there's a lot of Darkness energy hitting the board. We do know that there's one at least in the deck. Getting to it, well, I mean, the deck's obviously a lot smaller, but getting to it is possible. But I suppose eventually, if you do this enough, you may actually stick the Greninja in the active spot. Excuse me. The Dunsparce can just be moved back into the deck and you draw 3. And Dunsparce actually has free retreat, which is cool as well. So there is an opportunity, like I say, there is an opportunity here where you could just stick the Greninja. And that would be pretty good. To see if that play comes into effect here. I don't know that promoting Munkidori was the right move. I feel like maybe it would have been better to promote Achillea, then use 2 energies in order to retreat it to put 4 damage counters on it, and that just maximizes your Munkidori. It gives you 3 counters to work with rather than just 2. Okay, currently Screamtail does max out 160. Refinement for 2. I think that's a Bravery Charm. You're going to struggle to get up to 300. So again, if we look at the maths of it, currently we can move 2 counters because that's all that is available. So 2 counters, let's say 2 counters go onto the Rory Moon EX, that's 270 damage. The Screamtail still needs to do 280, which would require 14 counters. But no, we're going to opt to hit the Baby Moon here. And I think this is going to allow... I don't know what this allows, actually. I mean, you still... Oh, okay, cool. So the damage count should be off of the Munkidori. And there should now be damage counters on the Screamtail. There should be 8 damage counters on that Screamtail. We'll see if that gets picked up pretty soon. Hopefully it does. Okay, yeah. And Screamtail, please. Yes, there we go. Nice. Okay, it's going to be a nest ball. Dunsparce hits the field. No doubt going to be searching for that energy. Or I suppose, is there a switch card available in this build? It's not a terrible idea to have switch card available in the the double moon deck. It's always nice to have the ability to get out of tight spots. You know, if you start that Roaring Moon, and you don't want to be in a position where you have to utilize the Roaring Moon, EX most specifically usually, then it's nice to be able to get it out of the active spot with a quick switch card. And it looks like, by looking at this hand, there is currently no escape. Unless there is a... What do we got here? Is that an Ultra Ball? Oh, Ultra Ball for the Dunsparce, and we can just try and draw into that energy, assuming the energy is in the deck. Currently don't see it. I see an ace spec. It is the Dunsparce. The Dunsparce does hit the board. Can't evolve the other one. That one came into play this turn, so we're going to be seeing Grasping Draw. 1, 2, 3. Do we see an energy? You're going to have to wait for a little bit because we've got to shuffle up all over again. Was that energy in the bottom of the deck there? Artisan. No doubt getting Dunsparce. Yeah. So this is what works really cool. Maybe this is why we saved the Artisan in play early with the Royal Moon attack, because actually just having Artisan in play is so favourable for you as the Moon player. Be able to recycle these Dunsparce. And also an easy way to get those pesky moons into play as well. It looks like it's potentially another pass angle. Oh no, it's the Prime Catcher. Okay, great play. Totally forgot about this ace spec here. So Prime Catcher is going to be able to pull up the Gardevoir EX. No doubt we'll be discarding the Artisan, taking 2 prizes, going down to 2 to 5, which is the favourable position now for the Roaring Moon deck. This is a very difficult position for Gardevoir to get out of. And it does look to me like the 2 counters off the Monkey Dory really didn't go anywhere in this game, just sitting on the Roaring Moon, put down to 120 HP left. Was it wise to target down the Dunsparce? It probably was as well. Now would be a great opportunity to try and, again, stall up that Radiant Greninja into the active spot. It forces the Moon player to have maybe not counter catcher, excuse me, have super rods to get energy back into the deck, to look for switch cards, things like that. I don't know what they've got yet. There's a super rod, speaking of the devil, and he shall come. Super rodding 1 Guardian line back into the deck. It might be too little too late for a full Guardian line. Might have just left that Ralts in the discard pile. It's not doing anything for you now. You've only got 2 prizes left to work with. And you still need to draw 5. You've got 2 attacking threats potentially on the bench. At least 1 attacking threat on the bench. Going to be desperately needing that counter catcher up the Greninja angle here, I think. Second Monkey Dory goes into the discard pile. Sad to see that. Would like to see more work with the Monkey Dory. Maybe it would have been better to get Kirlia. I don't really need Kirlia. Just get the Gardevoir EX back and the Darkness Energy back, and then try and get the double Monkey Dory going. TM Evolution. This allows us to know really that this Gardevoir player is most likely playing Unfair Stamp. Okay. Going to try and target down some double knockouts on the Dunsparce. Interesting. Again, this is why that double Monkey Dory would have been really nice. Double Monkey Dory basically guarantees a knockout. Is that a scoop? That's a scoop. Okay, yeah, fine. So double Monkey Dory does guarantee the knockout on a Dunsparce, excuse me. I feel like I'm going to be doing that a lot today in this video. Unfortunately, though, that wasn't the play that this player was able to make or opted to push for. Understandable as well, just because you've got the Dance Energy back into deck doesn't mean you're going to be able to draw it from the deck. And I think we're going to skip this riffle off as well. Try and look for game 2. We are drawing up for game 2 now. The Dunsparce coming all the way down from Bath versus this Gardevoir, whom Origin, I am completely unaware of. Again, apologies, didn't get names for these. Just gonna be arsed. I'd have to guess that the God Awful player is going to allow the Moon player to go first here because you want to maximize the opportunity to use TM Evolution, especially if you're not playing any Hyper Aromas, and it looks to be the case. So we're going to be drawing in with the Roaring Moon active. Something's hit the bench, but there's an arm in the way. Ah, there it is. And second Moon and Nest Ball players playing just a little bit faster here. We don't know. Some amount of time has already elapsed. Got to be around the 20-odd minute mark, and it looks like we're going to have a deep dive. Definitely taking the Radiant Greninja. Deep dive with the Nest Ball, see what is in the prizes and what is available. Let's just shuffle up now. Still shuffling up. Yep. And the opponent choosing an unorthodox technique there for randomization. Okay, it looks like concealed cards is going to be the next action. Discarding one Dark Energy, drawing two. And is that the nope. Okay. I thought there was going to be signal to pass. Going to be upset not to have got an energy in play there. Might have been a bit greedy with that concealed cards, but hey, is what it is. And it looks like we're going to be getting Arven, most likely Buddy Buddy Poffin. We know, I know I've seen it that the TM Evolution is in hand. No, reconsidering the Arven. Okay, already got the Buddy Buddy Poffin. Okay, fine. So at this point, the Arven becomes a lot less powerful, but that's fine because now you got it for other things. I suppose then you could argue that it becomes more powerful because we can use it on things that are more important than just getting Buddy Buddy Poffin. But that's going to be an opportunity for the Gardevoir player to check in on how many Killias are available. Here comes Arven. Arven just grabs 2 Rolts these days, apparently. Probably worth discarding the Buddy Buddy Poffin in order to get those 2 Rolts. There's TM Evolution. Okay, so this is an interesting place. Okay, yeah, there's the Buddy Buddy Poffin. So the TM Evolution being pulled actually does conceal from the opponent that the TM Evolution was already available in the hand. And here's 2 Killias. Classic Gardevoir turn 1. And this should also show as well how good of a matchup this is for the Moon into Gardevoir, because even with what is essentially quite a good start, it really struggled to actually get anything going. So next turn, this Gardevoir player is most likely going to be looking to get energy in the discard using refinements. We haven't seen Radiant Greninja yet. Maybe Radiant Greninja is not being played. And it's going to be turn 1 Sada. Really showing that it wasn't needed to manual attach that Darkness Energy turn 1, because you can just Sada it. Would have liked to have seen 2 energy on the Sada, but it wasn't to be today. Artisan hitting the board, going to be most likely trying to find those Dunsparces. Do we Artisan now, or do you want to try and draw into other basics and then Artisan? I think it depends if you're looking for basics. No, you're going to choose to use the Artisan, yeah, so that you can draw other cards that are not basics. Situational logic. I suppose realistically though, if you're thinking right, I want 2 Dunsparce, then you would probably conceal cards first, try and find one because there's more in the deck, and then use Artisan to find your next one. Already nice big hand here from this Moon player. Just calling back to what we said earlier about how important pivotal Ionos are to defeating this deck. Darkness Energy, manual attach hits the Moon. Monkey Dory is, I believe, weak to metal actually. So it's going to be a struggle to knock that boy out. And we've got a Dark Patch setting up That Rory Mooney X, it's a prime catcher, and Dunsparce has free retreat, and Dunsparce absolutely does not go into the discard pile, but it is a knockout. And back over to the Gardevoir player. I hope one of them finds that Dunsparce at some point, because that would be a bit wild. Artisan, so you open after a refinement there. Now, losing the Kelia does suck. However, 2 more rolls in play. Assuming there's at least 1 more Kelia in the deck, we can try and draw into it. Or we can find it with the Ultra Ball, evolve at least 1 Kelia, and then this current Kelia can become the Gardevoir EX, and you're not as far behind as you would have been, but that Rory Mooney X is definitely going to be a big threat to that Gardevoir. Second TM Evo, oh dear, that's not good. Oh, there's the Iona. So far, that Dunsparce is still hanging out in the bin. This is what happens when judges aren't readily available. You know, it's locals. You can't just have like a judge for every table. Same there. I mean, that is technically a 2-prize penalty. A card just got flipped over, but we're just going to play on. Is that Earthen Vessel? Discard Psychic Energy. I think it is. And it's going to be 2 more Psychic Energy becomes available. Oh, Dunsparce is back, I think. Well, looks like Dunsparce is back. I did miss that. I was watching that side of the screen too much. Did miss the Dunsparce coming back, so that's good. And it's going to be Counter Catcher. And it is going to be a second TM evolution. Are we choosing 1 Kelia, 1 Ralts as our target? I believe that means there is a Kelia prize as well. Or I would hazard a guess that there is a Kelia prized. Oops. Okay, it's back over to our Moon player. Going to be discarding Temple of Sinnoh and Explorer's Guidance on the Ultra Ball. No doubt getting the Dunsparce. Big Shuffle. And then it's going to be Grasping Draw, Big Shuffle. Maybe we just save the Dunsparce in play. It's a tasty one to have. 140 HP, single prizer. It just sits there. It's always threatening to protect you from Iono, so you do have to kind of deal with it. A powerful play late in the late game will be to be able to Iono your opponent to like 1 or 2 and then knock out their only Dunsparce in play. There it is. Grasping Draw gives them 3. No Ace Spec this time. That got used early doors already. So Ace Spec's not going to be an out for this this Gust stalling tactic. More shuffling. And the little randomization there from the opponent. Going to see the concealed cards for 2. I see a Dunsparce. I see an Ultra Ball. Don't know if Artisan's been used yet. There's another Dunsparce hitting the board. Would like to see a second Dunsparce available. And, oh, there's only 1. But we do find another Darkness Energy. So going to be able to manual attach and punch. I think we're now starting to make knockouts here with the Baby Moon. As I say, I'm pretty sure Munkidori is weak to metal, not dark. Although I could be wrong about that. Maybe I am wrong because I didn't bother checking So Monkey Dory. Let's have a little look. Oh no, it is weak to dark. Excuse me. Monkey Dory is in fact weak to darkness. Screamtail is coming up. Screamtail is going to have a lot of work to do. It's probably too early to be countercatcher stalling because there's going to be more darkness energy available in deck. We've seen that there is a drought of energy so far. And I believe there's 2 actions potentially going on here now. I thought saw an Arven hit the board. Maybe we... No, okay, the Arven's come back to hand. Going to reconsider. Makes sense. Got to sequence correctly, guys. You know, if you're moving into a regional setup, is it worth being that player that when your opponent slaps the Arven and then they reconsider, you say, well, no, actually, I'm sorry, it's hit the board. You are always going to find players like that, so good to always consider your actions before you make them. I don't know what we're going to eye up here. I don't know what... yeah, okay, countercatcher. Again, I do feel like it's too early to be hitting the... Unless you can knock this big boy out. Oh, maybe it's a knockout. The Big Brave. I believe each energy incurs 60 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that is just straight up 100. And that is going to be 300 damage. Fair enough, fair enough. Okay. The prizes are now equal. If there is a Lost Vacuum in this Moon deck, that would be a huge move. I believe I played Lost Vacuum in my Ancient box, which is a very similar deck, but not the same. Dunsparce, Artisan. Oh, Dunsparce? Oh, I don't see one. It's got to be there, isn't it? Yeah, there it is. Great card. Here we go again, shuffling up. Missing the top cards of the deck. It's gone from the top 1 card not moving to like the top 3. Dang, guys. But hey, just to like, I've seen Andrew Mahone do this on a stream match as well. So don't feel bad. Concealed cards takes 2. Roaring Moon, Baby hits the bench. Baby Mr. Moon. Now I think like taking the 2 prizes off the Moon EX is great, but at this point, Baby Moon is probably going to be doing enough to knock out the Gardevoir in one hit. If not, if not there yet, probably very close. And I think this turn would be a good place to be able to boss Radiant Greninja. I don't know, 3 prizes. Say boss Radiant Greninja. Take a knockout on the Dunsparce on the bench. Maybe a double Dory play would actually be impossible at this point because there is no Dory in play currently. 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6. Is that it? Only 6. Man, that's bad. So is that 130? My God. All that effort. Or is it 6 or 7? And the computer's spazzing out. Good to see. We see an Ultra Ball here. Going to get another one in the discard. Another 2 in the discard. Nice. You'll love to see it. Another Dunsparce. Now this is the thing about the Dunsparce engine that does make it so scary, especially with an Artisan in play, is that if you have 2 Dunsparce in play, unless your opponent is doing some Radiant Greninja shenanigans or something like that, you are always going to be just a little bit like that. You can't Roxanne them, you can't Iona them, you can't unfair stamp them because they can just draw out of it with the Dunsparce, which is just wild. And speaking of unfair stamp, we haven't actually seen the A-Spec from our Gardevoir player yet at all, which kind of sucks. And it is boss's orders for the Gardevoir EX. Sort of solidifies that the Drifloon is going to be the attacking Pokemon this turn as well, because not only is it ready to attack, but it's got all the bloody energies as well from the deck. So, I mean, if you absolutely needed to, you could be in a position where you're saying, well, I'm going to evolve to Gardevoir, I'm going to Turo up the Drifloon, but why would you do that? You're wasting so many valuable resources in that Bravery Charm as well, and then you could attack with something else, but I think just attacking with the Drifloon is probably going to be the right play. And you can see as well on the Moon side that this is a complete single prize board now, and okay, yeah, there is a handshake, it's just like, you know what, this is not going anywhere. We are going to handshake this. So congratulations to the Moon player for making it into the finals. Commiserations to the Gardevoir player there for just falling a bit short. Tough matchup, real tough matchup for sure. So yeah, definitely don't hold anything against this Gardevoir player there for the performance. Tough position, but we are going to be diving into the finals as well very soon. Unfortunately, my phone actually filled up of memory during the finals, so there's going to be a little whip, whip, a little bit where we miss maybe an action or two, but it'll be fine. It's not the end of the world. Thank you very much for watching, everyone, and I will see you again next time. Cheers.